Hello everybody, thanks for clicking on this video, which is part 17 in my ongoing series about unpopular philodendrons. And today I would like to talk to you about this guy. This is the philodendron burle marx rare arrowy type. So let's get into it. Now, why do I call this guy unpopular? Quite simply because the only grower that used to offer this plant, as far as I know at least, doesn't have it in stock anymore since forever. And also I see nobody talking about this specific burle marx, so to me that means that it's definitely an unpopular philodendron. Here you can see a picture of the plant on the day it arrived in my home, which was December 2021. I paid 30 euros for it. It came with 5 big leaves, and when you have a look at the plant now, 8 months later, it has definitely put out a lot of new growth. Now, some might say that this plant looks like an ordinary burle marx, so let's compare both plants for a minute. On the left of the screen you can see the ordinary burle marx, and on the right the rare arrowy type. And I gotta say that there is a difference indeed. The leaves of the ordinary one have a slight ovalish and round shape, whereas the leaves of the one on the right are definitely more arrow-shaped, more slim and more elongated. But apart from the different leaf shape, both plants are very easy to take care for and are both very fast growers. The ordinary burle marx on the left I propagated so many times, but the one on the right, the arrowy type one, I haven't cut back so far yet. But currently I'm thinking about it because it has definitely outgrown the small stick I gave it to work with, so I'm gonna have to choose between propagating it or giving it a taller trellis to climb up to. Now, my instinct tells me to propagate it, but I think I'm gonna resist that for once and I'm gonna try to let it climb higher and see how that goes. So I got this wooden trellis-like thing here, and I'm gonna try to attach the plants, because there are actually 2 plants in the pot, to this wooden trellis. And if ever this turns out to be too difficult a job, I will cut the plants back and propagate them after all. Now, it turned out that it was impossible to use the wooden trellis, but then I realized I had a third option, which is attaching both plants to a big moss pole. And that's what I end up doing. Now, I can tell you that separating both plants with all the intertwined leaves was a hell of a job. But I think that the end result doesn't look bad at all. And the plants still have quite a bit of space left at the top of the moss pole to continue climbing for a couple of more months. Now, as I said before in many other videos, no moss pole is big enough for a fast climbing philodendron. So once these guys start outgrowing this new moss pole, it will be time to propagate them after all. And considering the big aerial roots on these plants, water propagation shouldn't be a problem at all. Now, I have to say I really like this arrow-shaped dark green leaves on this plant. I like the jungle vibe that this plant gives me, as is the case by the way for all burle marx type philodendrons. They have this savage look and growing pattern more than most other philodendrons, at least in my opinion. In my experience, this plant checks all the boxes of your average philodendron when it comes to its care. Basically, all you gotta do is let it dry out between waterings and give it a lot of bright indirect light. And if you follow those 2 basic rules, this plant should be just fine. Now, if any of you know about any growers in your country that offer this plant for sale, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to know whether this specific type of burle marx is available in any other countries around the world. Okay, that's all I got for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to my channel. I wish you a very nice day. Bye bye.